Bro, the Neon Icon album, are you serious? It finally came out today, are you serious, bro? Bro, crank the windows down, I'm about to... Shades down, bro. Bro, I don't even like rappers. This is just damn riff rap. He's just fucking off the chain. He does damn near everything in the...
Yo, wanna know something about my right arm? Out of flex a hard south fire alarm. The fireplace, outer space with Orion's belt. Big jewels on myself with the tiger smell.
And we are live.
Back on the GueedCast, baby.
Oh my God, 2 for 2.
Oh, and it feels good to be back.
Oh my God, it's electric. I love it. I love everything about it.
All right. You ready, Gueed?
Oh, I'm ready.
Where we got started today, baby?
Well, so game plan agenda today is going to be just going to give you, talk about some feedback from last week, talk about the results from there. And after that, we're going to just talk about, how our weeks are going personally. And then we're going to bring in actually a special guest for you folks. If you guys don't know, his name's Mark Relei. He's going to come in about a couple minutes here, but we're just going to talk with him because he's been going through a crazy journey with life and stuff like that.
Super crazy story, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm so excited.
You're in for a treat.
Big treat.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the game plan. Again, shoot for that, 20, 30-minute window, keep it nice, short and sweet for you guys. But yeah, man, we're pretty excited. But yeah, to start things off, right, just want to talk about last week. Shout out to everyone giving us the great feedback. We really appreciate it. We got actually a whopping 176 views last week on YouTube.
Damn, did we really?
Fucking crazy. I've been looking at it right now. 176 views.
Wow. Dude, thank you guys, everyone, for thank you guys so much for watching and giving us feedback. It honestly means a lot. I know we're noobs at this still, but I mean, it's just crazy to hear from you guys and all that stuff. It means the world to us, this show is just, it's for you guys, for you guys to just enjoy, relax, sit back. Listen to some good voices flow.
Absolutely. Also, too, fun fact, we have 6 subscribers. Look at that. Huh? Look at that.
Hey, all big things come from small beginnings, baby.
That's all it is. It's all that matters is getting started. It's all that matters. But yeah,
Gueed.
so.
Gueed.
What?
What's up with that car, bud?
Oh, fuck. Here we go. Yeah, so for those who listened last week, the old Cherry Oko, hyping it up so much. So last
week,
what an idiot. So last week I talked about how everything was good to go. I definitely jinxed it because the next morning I get up to go move my car, run some errands, the usual, and the car doesn't turn on. So I found out that the battery was dead. There was issues with the starter again, so another $500 out the door. So I'm pretty I was a little frustrated, not gonna lie. So I think I've settled to the fact now where I need to have a car that I can actually get into behind the wheel and be confident it's gonna turn on. So I'm still gonna keep the Oko, but I'm gonna keep it in storage.
Are you gonna keep it still?
Yeah. I already paid it off in full, and I'm just gonna take off collision and stuff like that.
Does it even run though?
Oh no, it runs great now. It runs fine.
Oh shit!
But like I said, especially for my career, what I do, I need to have something I can go wherever.
More reliable, baby.
Yeah, I need a little reliable. That's why I do miss that Chevy Tahoe. Shout out White Lightning.
Oh my God!
We missed that fucking thing.
White Lightning, baby.
So actually I'm gonna do it. With Labor Day. I think it's Labor Day in September. Yeah, coming up. There's some sweet car deals at the Chevy dealership out there, so I'm gonna do. You
know what kind of car you're gonna get, or you're just gonna go in and just?
I got my eyes on a Chevy Silverado.
Okay, yes, that's right. That's right. You said that.
He's motivated me. So
nice little pickup truck.
Oof, yeah, all reliable.
That does sound good, Gueed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. So that's another quick update for you guys. Hopefully, the last update El Camino for a while. That'll be nice. It's been a headache, but again, it's fun to drive, and it's just it's a purchase that has some or whatever.
Yeah. So I think that's shout out you guys. Thank you so much again for the feedback. But Gueed, you got anything else, or should we introduce the GOAT?
Oh, the man, the myth. I think it's time to bring him in. I think he's more than ready. We've been talking about this all week, and I'm glad we got this going. So without further ado, we got our boy Mark Relei. Say hi to the folks, Marky.
What's going on, everyone? It's a privilege to be on you guys' show.
Yes, sir.
Of course, bro. Thank you so much for coming out and being our first guest, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, seriously.
Just watching your story from afar. I'm gonna let you talk about it, but man, it's honestly one of the most inspiring things I've seen in my life, and just your attitude about everything is, it's unreal, man. And I can't wait for you to. Thank you so much for hopping on and telling your story, man. Seriously.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. I'm happy to share. I'm happy to get this out in the open for people hopefully in the similar situations, maybe not medically, but everyone has their challenges in life. The best way to compete against your personal challenge is just through dedication and no quit, man. And I'm happy to tell my story.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the people what just happened?
Yeah. So this dates back quite a long time. We are actually in year 7 now, but this goes back to 2013. I was playing basketball for a college called Monterey Peninsula, and at that time things were going pretty good. It was 4th of July. I went to a party, and as a 19-year-old, not really thinking very smart, I decided to drink too much and get on the roof. Anyways, one thing led to the next. Before I knew it, I was off that roof, and my leg was broken on the ground. And one thing led to the next. We were able to get myself to the hospital, where we did find out that, yes, I had a clean broken tib fib. Everything looked great. Parents arrived. Things were good. Well, unfortunately, complications arise in the hospital sometimes. And I got something called compartment syndrome in my leg, which basically meant the compartments in my leg were filling up with blood and swelling, not allowing really any fluids to pass. So I wasn't receiving any blood flow to my feet. Wow. And then I received that for about 13 hours. So by the time I was able to get operated on, my toes were pretty much gone and died. But fortunately, I was able to get a vein graft put in place of a vein that actually collapsed in my leg, which was not allowing blood to get down to my foot. I was able to get this surgery, and it wasn't supposed to work. Had a lot of doctors not thinking it was going to work, but they did it for the simple reasoning behind telling the patient after it's done that we did whatever we could to do to save your leg, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. But thankfully, someone was looking out upstairs, and the bypass worked. So now I have regained a blood flow in my foot, but I wasn't out of the woods. Because of that initial 13 hours of losing blood flow in the hospital, for the past 7 years, I have been fighting to save my leg. I've had 22 surgeries, just had my 22nd in the end of March for a below the knee amputation.
Wow.
And before that below the knee amputation, I was going through constant surgeries, procedures, wound care, physical therapy appointments, trying to just increase my health as much as I can. And as an athlete growing up, and as just a competitor who I am, I didn't want to give up my foot from the start, or give up my leg. I
totally feel that, man.
A lot of doctors asked me and told me that it would be smart to just go ahead and amputate from the beginning. But
okay, so they did tell you, it's not looking good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we had a couple doctors come into the room on day 4 and tell me and my family that it was just nothing to do to save it, and that they thought that it was best for a young guy like myself to just, cut loss and move on. But, me at that time, I think any athlete would appreciate this is, when you're a competitor, you're a competitor. You don't want to lose that. Especially you don't want to lose it by you losing it for you, and I did. So my biggest goal in the beginning was just to take this as far as I could to try to better my chances at returning to basketball. And I did what I can, or did what I could for 2.5 years. I was trying to fight saving my foot. But after 15 surgeries and an abundance of just issues and infections, my second year at Sonoma State, I actually decided to amputate the front of my foot, which was my 15th surgery. And that kind of just allowed me, a couple years to have some freedom, have some breathing room, allow me to go to school, get my education, have fun with the boys, and so
it felt better doing the half the foot amputation.
Yeah, the half the foot amputation. I mean, it came in October 30th of 2015,
Got it.
And, you know, before that, there was just a lot of little surgeries like amputating parts of my toes. I would get
Really?
something called dry gangrene.
Oh man! Holy shit, dude!
Necrotic tissue. So
Yeah.
my toes at the tips
Oh
of
my
them would
God.
start turning black and breaking down. And at one point in the very beginning, I believe it was my 10th surgery, I had the front of my toe cut off because it was just pure black. And then after that, we took the rest of the toe off because of tunneling due to infections. There were tunnels actually in my toe itself that I had to watch, and I had to pack with gauze to make sure that when it did heal, it would grow from the inside out instead of the outside in. I had a PICC line in. I had to give myself antibiotics for a month, trying to get this infection to go away. One thing led to the next. The bone of the toe popped out. Automatic bone infection.
Damn.
You do not play around with that. You cut it off right away.
Yeah, get rid of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we did that. So before my 15th surgery, before the amputation of the front of the foot, there was just so much little surgeries, taking off little parts of the foot. My toes, after the big toe came off, all the toes next to them started trying to replace the big toe. It sounds funny, but it happened. My toe next to it literally started shifting over to replace my big toe, which was a huge issue because now you're messing up how you walk, how you get around. Your toes aren't supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was developing ulcers all over my toes and my feet, which would, you know, go for a long time and then end up kind of eating its way into your foot and creating, you know, inch ulcers.
That is gnarly. Wow.
Yeah. So this was actually going on all before I actually came to Sonoma State. When I came to Sonoma State, when I met you boys, I was kind of in the end of it. At least that's what I thought. At that point in my life, I really thought that, you know, going to school, starting this different chapter, my foot was going to stop being an issue, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got numerous sections that first semester actually of school, and yeah, decided to go ahead and just to take it off, to move on, and probably the best thing I ever did.
Yeah. So with those surgeries you had, it was more of just fighting that infection the whole time, and obviously just chipping away with the parts of the foot that was getting infected. Is that the basic goal for that?
Exactly. Yeah. So I mean, it was always just about chipping away. It's a good way you put it, G. Just chipping away, just going after it every day, just the little stuff. Even though I have the doctors that can just take the leg off and just not deal, that wasn't my cup of tea. That wasn't what I wanted. So yeah, it worked out. But here's the thing. Once I had this surgery done in October, the first semester of school, I was given about a year and a half of 2 years just to, you know, have my freedoms, you know, be able to go to school without having surgeries, without dealing with, you know, that consistent basis of talking with doctors, scheduling, all that stuff. Although I was going to constant physical therapy, because when I did lose my toes and I just had the front of my foot, that's a completely different type of amputation. It's called a transmetatarsal amputation. And for those, there's just not a whole lot of prosthetic devices to allow you to really exert yourself, you know?
Yeah, I remember when you had that the half the foot amputation, like you were in the works of getting, like, trying to find a good prosthetic for you, but like
yes. And we were able to do that. We were able to find one, but it took a lot of time, and the one that we found was good. I mean, I had a really good doctor that built it for me, but it only allowed me to do certain things. So this goes back to the beginning of my story, you know, why I fought for my leg, you know, to save it, because I'm an athlete, man. I'm competitive. Well, now, you know, I get this prosthetic from a really good doctor, really reputable, but it doesn't allow me to push. It allows me to live slow, walk, be moderate on it, but it doesn't allow me to push. And to me, that just wasn't working for me. I needed to have my ability So after college, instead of, I had a nice internship that I probably could have gotten, or that I did in SF, and probably could have got a good job after college, decided instead to move home and embark on another 6 surgeries, which my doctor was going to, instead of talk about amputation at that point, he wanted to go ahead and try something called an external fixator. You guys ever heard of that?
Negative.
What is that?
So it's that metal cage, G, that I had to wear for about 5 months.
Oh, I remember
Oh
that one.
yeah, I
That
remember
one,
you having that. Oh my.
Yeah, with all the rods in your leg.
Yeah, and you said
Yes.
like to shift it, the bone forward.
Yeah. So when I graduated school, and we were in communication with my doctors, the big issue that I had was my ankle. My ankle itself was not good. There's something called plantar and dorsiflexion. It's the way your ankle goes up and down. So I had very minimal of that, about 5 degrees. So ankle support was really bad. My walking mechanics was really bad. And if anyone knows about, the feet, if the foot is bad and you're trying to walk on it, it's going to affect everything else.
Yep.
So I just wasn't happy. So with this new doctor, we got this external fixator, and that's what it was. It was 3 big stainless steel rods going a couple inches down into my tibia, keeping it on. And then I had about 20 wires going through different parts of my feet. And what that did is it works exactly like braces would work for your teeth.
That's what I was, dude. How did that feel, bro? Like, I mean, having 20 rocks in your foot.
That's insane.
I'll be honest with you, Cole. After over 7 years of dealing with this, 22 surgeries, that was my least favorite 5 months, just because
it looked like it was
and
not.
The thing was, which most people don't understand, it's I was in control of what my ankle does with that device. I didn't have doctors physically manipulating the bolts to move it and move my ankle. I did it. So if I wanted more pain, I tighten it more. If I didn't want pain, I just stopped tightening it. I never did, because I was trying to get somewhere and get my ankle to move. But
Dude, you're such a beast, bro.
it was it was good. I was at that time, I wouldn't say dumb, but I wasn't very, very smart, just in terms of I think anyone that goes through an injury understands that keeping their body in shape and just keeping active is extremely hard.
Absolutely.
So when I had my fixator on, I had my knee scooter, and I would still go to the gym and be active. But what I didn't consider, well, I did consider it, but what happened is I would hit it a lot. So I have this metal cage on my leg, and it's anchored in with stainless steel rods. You hit that thing on something hard, it's gonna hurt. And there was one time, it was kind of a fact check, like, okay, Mark, you really got to stop doing this. I was at the gym and I fell and I actually popped a rod loose. And that was bad. That was a kind of like, okay, dude, like you can't do this anymore. And of course we got it fixed, but that was just another surgery that I probably didn't need to have.
So this is what number is that? Is that 18?
That one I believe was 16. So number 16 through 20 was all the external, was the fixators. They had to do different stuff. I had 2 different ones they put on. So the first cage I had put on was just for my foot itself. The plantar dorsiflexion, you got that. But the actual foot itself started curling up within itself. So it kind of looked like a C from the side. Not a good position you want your foot. So the first external fixator pulled my foot apart and actually made my foot from a C shape back to flat. So once I was able to get that done, then we switched out fixators, got this Big Mac Daddy put on, and that was responsible for the plantar and dorsiflexion, which was a completely different type of pain.
Ooh, talk about that, dog. What type of pain are we talking here?
If you ever had braces, or anything like that,
7 years,
it's
baby.
The initial pain in the beginning, like the growing pains kind of thing.
That first week or two of just like what is going on? You can't get that feeling away. Like they're hooked on your teeth. There's nothing you can do. Like you just gotta freaking
uncontrollable pain. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta sack up and
saddle up, chicken shit.
That's what you got to do, though.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But yeah.
Damn. So with that, Marky, so where did the no quit come from? Where did that idea come from? Because I know you're always talking about that stuff fires me
I
up.
no quit, man.
No
That
quit.
fires me
I
up.
love that shit. So yeah,
So-
where did that come from, Marky?
No quit actually started like day 6 or 7 in the hospital. And so this is back in 2013.
Jesus. Always just had the drive.
It's just, I think the people that will really understand this is just athletes, people that get playing, that get playing sports, like that just love it. When you lose that, and no one took it from me. No one said, Mark, you can't play basketball anymore. I got on a roof and I did it to myself. And after that, it was just like, I never want anyone to take anything from me again. Like, I'm the one that's going to take it.
Yeah.
And I just told myself that, hey, dude, like, I remember telling my dad in the hospital, like, we were watching sports on TV. And, my goal in college, I was going to a junior college. My goal was to play college basketball. I didn't care what level, D2, NAIA, it didn't matter.
Whatever.
I wanted to play. So when I lost that, it just killed me. But in the hospital, I told myself, I said, hey, you can either be pissed off about this and you can be that guy that just sits in the corner and pouts,
Yep.
or you can be the change. You can go for it because it is possible. And at that time, I didn't have anybody where, ahead of me that had surgeries like this. So I didn't really have anyone to talk to. So I was just like, hey, I'm doing this and I'm doing this my way. And, it's funny. No quit started, and no quit lasted for about 3 years when I was trying to play basketball. It was all about trying to get back to playing basketball, get back in that speed. But, that's a pretty hard speed to get back to after not moving around for 2.5 years. So after that, I actually decided to try to play baseball.
Oh, man.
I was
Dingers.
yeah. Well, I was at Sonoma State, and it was my first semester, and Drew, G, he was a
Mr.
baseball
Kraft.
player, and
Oh, yeah.
and we were just like, hey, dude, we should totally try to walk on and play baseball. And that's where my kind of no quit really started hyping up, because it was like, all right, dude, you're gonna transfer to now trying to be a pitcher. And I was working at it for a couple months, and that's when the issue started with my foot again. I actually developed a callus on the bottom of my foot. Still remember it, callus.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was. It wouldn't go away for like a week. I was pitching. I was back in here in Sonora. I got a pitching coach. I was just trying to I was really wanting to walk on. And anyways, developed this callus. Want to go away for about a month. So I went to the foot doc, and he cut the callus off. And what do you know? There's a 1-inch deep ulcer underneath.
Oh.
God.
1-inch deep ulcer. And it was nasty. That thing didn't, I think after that,
Oh, man.
it was, I understood that, okay, sports, it's not going to happen. But that doesn't mean you can't be athletic. That doesn't mean you got, just because sports aren't in the cards, you can't chase, that athletic, mentality. You can't still get that. And no quit really hit off from there, because then I just wanted to be active. I wanted my life. I wanted to do the things I wanted to do. I wanted to go hunting. I wanted to go fishing. I wanted to be outside. And I did not want to have to worry about my foot. So no quit was all about just, hey, this is what's going on. Like, you have to continue to fight if you want it. If you see it down the road and you want it, you'll fight for it.
Guys, I'm getting
I
fucking
love
goosebumps
that.
right now. I love this shit.
Damn.
I love that. No fucking quit.
But
baby.
Mark, I mean, having that no quit mentality, like there had to have been some dark days on this journey for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's one thing about my story that I like to talk about. I don't just talk about the good stuff. It's easy to talk about that, but that's not reality. When this injury first happened, when I first broke my leg and I was put in the hospital, I was in the hospital for 35 days. And in that 35-day period, I had 9 surgeries. So.
Oh my God. Wait, so 9 surgeries in 35 days?
Yes, sir.
Oh my God, dude. Is that even legal?
Well, I don't know, but I'll tell you this, the amount of medications that I was on in the hospital in that 35-day time period was pretty nuts. So before my injury itself, of course, I'm a high schooler, yeah, I drank. But I never got into, hydrocodone or oxys or fentanyl, stuff that just eliminates pain, eliminates who you are, until this injury. And, after I got out of the hospital, I was going through this constant pain still. When I got out of the hospital, I had to get in-home health for about 2 months. I still had part of my leg open. I was doing wound care, physical therapy at home, all this different stuff. This whole time, I was getting prescribed oxycodone. And my story got pretty crazy in terms of dependencies for medication. It's one of these things, just, when you have a lot of pain, you have a lot of stuff going on. I think it's better now than it is back then, but getting prescriptions for medications was pretty easy in the quantity. And I got used to that, and I, got pretty carried away. And granted, all my surgeries and stuff were still going on, but I was pretty far under in terms of being an oxy addict. And I know people say, hey, you're not an addict, you're a dependent. But in my mind, if you're taking the medication, you're an addict. So that happened.
Just relying on these, were you even did you remember days, how much you take in a day?
So I was about 90 milligrams of oxy a day. So that's 30. I was taking about 30 milligrams at a time. So the small dose usually get prescribed is about 5 milligrams.
Oh, wow.
And, I've started at that, but, my tolerance for 2.5 years of just, drugs and drugs and drugs was just skyrocketed. And, it affected me a lot. I mean, I was pretty dependent, addicted to oxy before going into my first semester at Sonoma State. And it's actually
through a day.
What's that?
Just getting through a day, it was just just became a regular thing.
It was constant in order to, because at this time too, my first semester at Sonoma State, I had osteomyelitis in my foot, which is a bad bone infection. So every time my foot was down or touched the surface and there was weight put on it, this ostea would pretty much just flare up. So it required me to just always non-weight bearing. But there were times when, you have an active infection going on in your foot, it's going to hurt. It's not going to feel good. So I was taking these medications, and truthfully, yeah, that first semester of Sonoma State wasn't the prettiest by any means. Fell on some tough times. I've never OD'd in my entire life except in the dorms at Sonoma State. I had to get a police officer wake me up after I OD'd from opiates. Yeah, man. I mean, no quit has allowed me to keep pushing and to stay strong and, stay true to my core values. But I'll tell you something, when you involve medication like that to hit on your pain, it's going to take you out. It does control pain, but it just destroys you. And that's what I learned. I talk about it now to people. I try to do my best to inform, especially younger people, just to what to look at.
There we go.
Good, man.
Because you just, I feel like sometimes you don't really think about the big picture until after. You think what the medication is doing to you while going through an injury. But, for me, yeah, it hit me pretty good. It put me in some bad spots.
Damn, Mark. That is, going through I didn't even know you were that, going through it back then,
well,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And then actually the second semester at Sonoma State, I was wondering if I should tell you guys this or not, but it's important. On Christmas Day of 2015, I actually got off my oxy. And I was like, I'm done. It's been 2.5 years. I just finished my first semester at Sonoma State. I can't be on this medication anymore. I actually had to drop 6 units that first semester, just because of surgeries and just not good stuff. So I wanted to change. And at that time, I was on another medication. I was on several medications at that time, but there was one medication called Ativan, and that is a benzoid. And a benzoid is actually stronger, or much stronger than an opiate. And just in terms of, you know, when you stop taking it, what is that withdrawal going to look like for you? You know, for opiates, you know, you're going to have night sweats, you're not going to be able to eat, you're going to feel sick, just not going to go well. Well, benzoids are that exact same thing, but you're also going to hallucinate and have suicidal thoughts.
Oh my God.
So about 7 days prior to returning back to my second semester at Sonoma State, I cut off this medication, knowing that I'd get this withdrawal and I'd have this nasty shit to deal with, but I'd be good before I go to Sonoma State. Well, what happened is that first day of school rolled around and I had a delay withdrawal. So
What's that?
a delay withdrawal was just a withdrawal from a withdrawal.
Yeah.
But now it's happening in the Sonoma State dorms, which is not good. Extremely suicidal thoughts. I had to go to the police that night at school, and I actually had to be committed into a hospital unit for psych evals, and it was pretty hard. You know, that wasn't something I wanted in my life. I never thought I was going to get to that point, but it happened. And I look at that all the time, and I'm thankful that it happened then. I get a much better appreciation for life. Life is much more fragile to me. Just looking back and seeing just kind of how that went down. But yeah, after that little few days stay at that hospital for that withdrawal, everything changed. I had a couple years of going to school, and that was great. I still struggled, even though I wasn't taking oxy and I wasn't taking benzoids. I just switched to alcohol. So I just became an alcoholic to fight my shit, to fight my mind. Injuries to most people aren't just physical. I'll tell you this: after 7 years and 22 surgeries, I do not think injuries are physical at all. I think an injury is 25% physical, 25% emotional, and 50% mental, because that's exactly just how it goes.
Yeah, to get up and just do it again, keep going. 22 surgeries, baby. It's no quit.
You have to have that. You have to have that mindset that there's going to be obstacles, and it could be an injury, or it could be a drug that steps into your life. But you just have to know what's more important and get after it.
I fucking love that, Mark, dude.
And
seriously, man.
I mean, it's hard, but you got to put the work in when no one's watching. That's a saying that's been around for a while, and that's what you have to do. If you truly want to better yourself or get out of a dark hole, it doesn't take anybody else. No one else can do it for you. If you actually want it, you got to suck up and you have to do it. But yeah.
Hey, honestly, Mark, have you ever thought about writing a book about this journey?
Dude.
Yeah.
Or like making shirts, like quit. Like I'd buy the shit out of that.
I would buy the fuck out of that. I'll get a poster, everything.
Honestly, man.
So it's funny you say that. I've actually had a lot of people when I graduated from Sonoma State, and I was going through all my other surgeries. I was doing this Instagram stuff and asking people about writing a book, and I had just excess of just people telling me, yes, you have to write a book. You got to do it. But my thing is, kind of maybe selfishly, I knew this thing wasn't over. And for me to be able to write a book my way, I need everything. I gotta have the start, and I gotta have the finish.
I love that, man.
I'm not ready to write a book because yes, I do know and understand that I have a story, but now it's time to show what no quit is. And my goal,
that shit to action, baby.
I mean,
fire me up.
I mean, 2.5 or 102 days from today, I'm running in a Spartan race. I know that's small. To a lot of people, but It's a
Dude.
10.
Huge. That's huge. What are you talking
How-
about, Marky?
Yeah, it's not like a Spartan race. It's like, oh, like you could see some average Joe walking down, like, go run a
Yeah.
Spartan race, dog. Come on, put some respect on your name, boy.
Well,
There you go.
it's a 10-mile, 25 obstacle,
Oh.
followed by a 5-mile, 20 obstacle, and you know,
Oh
this
my God, this guy's an animal.
I'm going with geo hunting for like 60
Elk hunting,
years.
baby. Let's
That's
go.
right, baby. The week.
Jesus.
So what I'm saying is like, it's time to show no quit. And I'm excited to finally do it now because, this is why I put all this work in. This is why, I just had my leg amputated, which was my choice so that I can do this. I can show that with hard work, dedication, and commitment to you and your goals, yeah, you can absolutely reach it. And
Boom.
Go, dog.
it's
That's
taken
it
me
right there.
It's
That
taken
is
me
it.
7 years. It's taken me 7 years to get to this point right now.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what the next 7 years.
Honestly, Mark, I can tell you that your future is bright, young man. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, going through that like you said, that mental obstacle is huge. And it would break people, man. I mean, me and Joe just lost a buddy through his addiction, man, like about a week ago. So it's no joke, man. So, I mean, that no quit, run with it forever, bro. I mean, look where it's gotten you, man.
Yes, sir.
Seriously.
And yeah,
Sky's the
like you
limit.
said, I think that is going to be a thing. I would like to, I think eventually sponsorship or some kind of just a way to give back. I know that with just kind of how my story went when it started, I was, 19, just got out of high school. I thought, big thing I've learned is these injuries are hard and they're long. They require a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of appointments. So what I thought would be cool down the road is being able to do a no quit scholarship fund. And
That would be awesome.
being able to,
I'm all in.
go to a local high school. I mean, there's 2 local high schools in my town I live in right now. And I thought that would just be the perfect opportunity. And I live in a small town where, people
man.
support a lot of people, especially the kids. And I just thought how cool it would be for someone that obviously, there's scholarships that are given out for grades. There's scholarships that are given out for just, being that A+ student. But you don't see much scholarships given out for that kid that may not be the best student, but just went through a shitty time and, overcame a lot of obstacles and ultimately won in the end. And that's what I would want to offer them, a scholarship for those type of people that showed no quit. Just wake up every day, no matter what's on the table, they go after it. Family, whatever, they are in it to win it, and they deserve to be appreciated for that.
Speaking
There
of
you
like
go.
scholarships and stuff like that, like if you don't mind me asking, like how are you able to like 22 surgeries, all that time in the hospital? I mean, that stuff isn't cheap.
Yeah. So to be straight with you is I had a medical malpractice lawsuit, and with my compartment syndrome, like I discussed in the beginning, that shouldn't have happened. That was a mess up, and
Medically.
after it happened, after that happened, we were kind of like unsure what the next, the road ahead was going to look like. And we were actually confronted by the hospital telling us that we should look into getting reimbursed for what we paid. And we didn't really know what that meant at that time. That was 7 years ago. But until we really got tied in with the HR and just the backing of what actually happened, then it was like, there were some things that, we messed up. And, you should not have to deal with that. So we went through a medical malpractice lawsuit, and that's what has been able to fund all this, which has been huge because anyone involved in medical or understands how that works or insurance, it's no joke.
Yeah, I mean,
things
people
cost
go broke
a
every year
lot.
because of it.
Yes, and I'm fortunate to have that. I mean, if I didn't have that, none of this would. I wouldn't be talking to you guys today because I wouldn't be here today. This injury has hit me hard a lot, and I'm fortunate to be able to use what I got from my leg to help with that. But it's been rough, man. Definitely been rough.
But
Mark
man,
Relei,
the
baby.
whole time, dude, you keep a positive attitude, man. That's hard to come by. So
No quit.
my dude, no quit.
you know, there's so many times when, I mean, I get asked a lot about what's with the attitude, and is it just a front, you know, and you just do it to, you know, get people to freaking smile. But no, you know, this goes back a long time. You know, I think, you know, truthfully, you know, if you just want to go around putting on a smile to make people think you're happy, that's going to last only so long.
Yep, exactly.
It's going to do absolutely shit for you. You're just going to bury yourself deeper and deeper in a hole, and before you know it, you can't get out. Best thing I've learned is just to take obstacles and tough hardships head on and battle them. And, you know, I've been doing it for 7 years, and, you know, there's a possible 23rd surgery coming up here soon. Oh. And I'm ready for it. You know, I'm absolutely prepared and just ready for the next step.
Whatever it is, baby.
That's what it is.
We'll know you'll get it done.
It is what it is, baby.
Nope. Yes, sir. Well, Marky, man, that was awesome, dude. I really appreciate you getting on, my man. That's super motivating stuff. And I've known you for a long time. I never actually got that full side of the story, man. So that was super eye-opening. And thanks again, man. It was awesome.
I'm happy to do that for you guys, and I'm happy to help with the GueedCast.
Yes, sir.
Anything for the boys.
Yes, sir.
Mark Relei, baby. No quit, bro. Thank you.
No quit.
Coming on, man. First guest.
Yeah.
Could not have gone better, bro. I mean, your story is amazing, bro. Like, I really appreciate it, brother. Seriously.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for giving me an opportunity to tell my story.
Absolutely, my guys. All right, everyone. Mark Relei, follow him on Instagram. Follow his story, man.
Oh yeah. We'll drop the if you want to keep following Mark's stories, which you should. We'll throw all the. It's at Mark Relei. I think it's just your name, right?
Yes, sir. It's just at Mark.
Elegant. I love it.
All right, boys. Well, thank you for this time, and as always,
thank you, brother.
No quit, baby.
No quit.
Hey,
stay golden, Marky.
All right, boys.
F. Gueed.
Love it.
Yes, sir.
All right, boys. Well, appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, Marky. We'll talk to you later, my man. Thanks again.
Sounds good. All right. Talk later.
Cool. Well, that was fun, huh, Coley?
Is Mark still here?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, am I?
Yeah, you're still here.
Oh, so it's done? Okay.
Yeah, so you can bounce. We can do a recap. Don't worry.
Boys, thank you, and talk to you soon.
You're a beast, Mark. I'll see you soon.
Love you, buddy. Thank you.
You know how it turns out, so I can listen to it.
Absolutely.
Oh, of course, bud.
Absolutely.
First person.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
All right, Marky. Take it easy, man.
Bye.
And then there's two. There we go.
Jesus.
Yeah. How about that for a first guest? Huh?
How'd you feel? Gueed. I mean, like, that whole, like, I felt like I was in like a movie chair, bro. I was like, what the hell's going on?
I mean, that guy went through 22 surgeries. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my God. I mean, just to keep going, bro. I mean,
yeah.
Like 20, like, I mean, the addiction, everything. I'm just blown away right now, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It, just lost of words. I mean, that's just great to combine into, how open he is to talk about that kind of stuff. I know it's super deep and personal, man, but he's just trying to, spread that no quit love everywhere.
Honestly, bro. I mean, even coming on and just standing on here, I mean, that takes a lot of guts and courage, bro. I mean, like, we've been following his story for a minute now, but
oh yeah.
I mean, hearing the full side, like you said, goosebumps, baby.
Yeah, exactly. And, he's just trying to motivate and keep it going, and I love that. So,
hey,
again, hell of a guest. First of many great guests on this show.
Gueed.
What's up?
I love you, buddy.
I love you too, bro. All right, that's a wrap. That's a wrap for the GueedCast episode 2. Hit the like button, subscribe. Here we go. Lights
Run
out.
it up, baby. Share it, love it, like it. Let us know how you feel. And with that, we out.
You gotta focus on the lyrics in your songs. A lot is writing on this album.
Man, fuck that. Give me piece and chain on my dial, yeah. Candy gray Maybach. Her eyes stay flat.
You really shouldn't say that.
Man, it's riff rap. 30K or better when I touch stage. Girl, I crush the stage. Rich kids bum rush the stage. Broke ones get rich too. Trade in the Suzus. Buy new friends too. Remove tattoos. I rock turtleneck and it's see-through. Yeah, it's a clear turtleneck. Collar check Versace Glock in my glove box. Make sure that I got a custom built house with the water slide from the top floor to the living room jacuzzi. Electric maid cleans the house.